Can I ask you something?
What's that?
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, it's not really something I waste my time thinking about.
But do you, though?
It was towards the end of 2008 to 2009, I think, when myself and Daniel were just finishing our first feature film, The Season of the Witch, and we knew we wanted a project to kind of move straight into after we finished all the editing on that film. So that's when I started writing Any Minute Now. I've wanted to do a ghost story for a while, and I had a few ideas sort of floating around, and I've been watching a few Guillermo del Toro films, so stuff like The Devil's Backbone and The Orphanage, and also a few of the older films from the 1960s like The Innocents and The Haunting. So I knew that was the kind of direction I wanted to take. So I met up with a friend of mine called Rory, he lives in Salisbury, and we started working together on the basic outline, the basic structure of the script. And I did a bit of research into ghost stories and read a few M.I. James novels and stuff like that. And so after I had finished the first draft of the script, I sent it off to a friend of mine called Darren Barber, who did the second draft of the script. And you can tell Darren Barber's input in the film because he included all the kind of casual swear words that the teenagers talk.
You do realise she's a total bitch.
You don't like Stephen very much, do you?
I just think he's a bit of a dick.
And but he did come up with my favourite line in the whole film, which is when Josh is taking Anna back to his house and he turns to her and says,
"Although I must warn you, there might be a bogeyman hiding in the cupboard."
Don't take the piss.
Having a budget for this film compared to Season of the Witch meant that the production values could be a lot higher, and we were able to rent things like a jib to get some great crane shots in. We got John Fry to come along and do some brilliant Steadicam work out in the snow. And also we managed to hire an underwater housing kit for the camera to get some underwater shots at Hainsbury Head.
My favourite moment so far has been, I think like everyone else, has got to be the beach scene. There was actually a moment where, again, I don't want to let you into too much of the story because you want to go and see the film, but I had to take a dummy out to sea and weigh it down so it was just floating in the water, and there was just something, it was just, I don't know, there was something amazing about that. There was people on the shoreline kind of watching going, there's a body out there. And they were like, no, it's okay, it's just a dummy, it's okay. To find out more, you need to watch the film.
There was the two main leads, which went to Valerie and Ryan. And we kind of knew as soon as we saw them when they came in to do the audition that they just worked really well together and just completely were perfect for their characters. And then we got Rob Talbot and Kevin Hallett, who always turn up in my films, and Kevin plays a ghost, and Rob plays Stephen, who's Josh's dad. And then I just finished doing a short film called The Room with Lexi, and so I knew she was really good from that, so I wanted to give her a part in the film. So Tallulah Webb and Joe came on board because they were on a short film that I was helping out on. And then we have Philippa and Darren were the biggest surprise because they were complete last minute castings.
Well, of course, we've known Lawrence for years. He's been telling us all about you. He told us that you're not really fitting in too well, and that you're getting a bit behind with your classes.
I've only been here a few days, I'm still settling in.
Well, you need to start making a better impression. I told you before, we have a good relationship with that school.
And we needed a named actor in order to help try and sell the film. And I had the part of the teacher I thought would be perfect because it wasn't a massive part, so they wouldn't need to be there for for months on end. But it was a big enough part that it would be worth their time to become involved with. And I originally had Russell Grant down to do it, but at the last minute we sort of decided that he lived too far away and it'd be too expensive to get him in. And so I went to my next option, which was Lee McDonald.
I was contacted by AD from the production of Any Minute Now, directed by Peter Goddard and written by Peter Goddard. And it just sounded a really good idea. Once I read the script, I was very pleased with the script. And my character in it, I play a teacher, which is a far cry from my days in Grade Hill when I played a pupil. So the whole concept of it just appealed to me, and I was lucky enough to be brought on board. And I finished my scenes and just waiting for the film to be finally finished and watch it.
The thing that first attracted me to the film was when I first heard about the film, I started talking to Pete online. He gave me kind of a breakdown of the film, the kind of characters that were involved. Then I got sent an extract from the script that I'd then be performing at the audition. Even from reading the extract from the script, you know, I was immediately hooked on the storyline and wanted to know more. And I definitely wanted to play the role of Josh. It's just the character that spoke out to me, and I just, you know, I really felt that I really wanted to play that role.
I was first attracted to the film when Pete Goddard, the director, sent me some extracts of the script, and after reading it, it was great to, one, get a really good script that was going to be done by an independent film crew, and it was good to see a script that had a good storyline and actors could really get involved with it, and good relationships, and really experiment with playing their roles.
What do I enjoy about producing the most? Wow. It's taking the script and breaking it apart into the sections and overseeing the whole thing, and the planning and the organisation and being in communication with everyone, and just seeing all the threads come together so that you can go from you've got a script and you can see the vision of what's going to happen, and actually bringing that reality through, bringing that to fruition, and actually creating something that we can go and entertain people with, and bring something into people's lives so they can actually watch this and go, I had a great hour and a half watching this film, you know? Just being able to do that and knowing that that's what I'm creating, it feels amazing.
My favourite day of filming was the last part of the film, which takes place in the attic with all the kids. The kids were fantastic. Daniel managed to find them all using Star Now, and we had far more turn up than we were actually expecting. Rose Perry, the makeup artist, who was filling in for Julie Grant, who couldn't make it for that last bit, her and her assistant had to make up 22 kids in the space of 2 hours, and did a fantastic job. And the parents are great as well, and I was a bit worried what they might actually say when they kept on peering around the corner and seeing what we were filming, but they were very good. And that day we actually worked 21 hours. We worked out because we started filming at 6 o'clock in the morning because we had to get the shot done by the side of the road, and then we filmed all day, and by the time we finished and left the location, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
There's not that many good independent movies out there, and when there is one that combines a great story with great characters, with good relationships, I think it's important that these films should be seen, especially because this film deals with narcolepsy, which is something that most people don't know anything about. It's never been in any other film before, so I think it's an important issue that people need to learn about.
I think you should watch this film because it kind of there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, you can really follow the story. It makes you want to know more. You want to know the ending. There's also a really big dark twist in the film, which I was, you know, quite shocked. Well, not really shocked, but surprised when I first read the script. I mean, it's very character driven. You can really get into the characters, you know.